Good morning, guys. We're on our way to do cardio. Got our coffee. Got some EAs with us to drink while we do it. I'm going to start with abs and hit my cardio, probably elliptical. I like to set the elliptical at a pretty high incline if your elliptical has that option. And then I usually match the pace to the incline. So I usually start on 8 and then speed 8, and then I go up to 10 to 12. And then if I'm feeling it, I might go up to 14, 15 for a little bit. But try to keep my heart rate. I want it above 120, but I don't really like it to go much above 140. I feel like I might be pushing a little too hard then. That's just for losing fat, and I want to maintain as much muscle as possible. But as far as going above that, for athletics or just for cardiovascular health, there's really not a whole lot of issues. I'm just looking at it as in a purely fat burning perspective, and muscle retention. So yeah, we're gonna go do that. Then I gotta go work for a little bit, and then we'll have meal one after that. So I'll see you guys then. All right, guys, just finished cardio. Did an hour on the elliptical. Got a good sweat going. Probably burnt, the elliptical said 600, but I'll put it in my chronometer app, and I'm gonna say it's medium pace. I was at about 135 to 145 heart rate. So I'm going to put in my chronometer. I think it'll end up being four, low fours probably, for calories burned, which is pretty good. I also did abs and forearms before that. Sometimes I like to do those smaller, sometimes I'll do abs and calves or abs and forearms. I basically do abs every day though, maybe a day or two off during the week. But I like to do that fasted, because it's a little bit of a bro sciencey thing, but it's somewhat true. I get to use up that glucose that is in my body. So then when I do my cardio, I am burning more fat as energy. So if I use that glucose up in my muscles, I can burn fat as energy rather than glucose as energy. But ultimately though, it doesn't matter when you do that. I just prefer cardio fasted. I think there is a slight mental benefit for me. It kind of clears my mind, and then I kind of get it out of the way. So that's just a preference. Ultimately, when you burn calories, and it all does the same thing. It's just kind of what you prefer. So yeah, I kind of got on a tangent there, sorry. But what was I saying? So yeah, I did my cardio, did my abs, did my forearms. I'm going to go change real quick. Then I gotta head to work. I am going to, I gotta rototill some food plots. Yesterday, that's what I did, and it was so dry and dusty that I was covered in dirt, and the ground was super hard, so quit a little bit earlier. Usually only work about half days right now. I'm fortunate that my dad is my boss in the summer, so, and he kind of knows that I got a lot going on with the contest prep and stuff, and so I only work half days, which is super nice. I mean, makes my schedule nice. But it did rain last night, so the ground should be a little bit softer. Shouldn't be as dusty and shouldn't be as miserable. So hopefully I can knock this whole field out and finish it up. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go do, and then I will see you at the first meal. All right, guys, we had a little bit of a late start for breakfast here. It's about 12:45. Usually I try to eat around noon. Sometimes though I get pushed back. Got done with work around noon, had to shower, it was real dirty, dusty. It's real dry out even though it rained. But here's meal one. We have our 400 grams of egg whites, some spinach, and I actually added some zero cal or low cal or zero sugar or whatever, maple syrup butter flavor, just to try something different. Then we got 2 packets of maple brown sugar oatmeal, 25 grams of peanut butter this morning. Went a little overboard and can't really take it out once you dump it in. 60 grams of blueberries, 60 grams of strawberries, and some additional cinnamon. Everything is salted as well. So this puts us at, what did chronometer? 75 grams of carbs, 17 grams of fat, and almost 60 grams of protein. So this is meal one. This is going to be a higher day. We're going to train pull, a lot of back focus. So we're going to hit that today. So a little bit higher carb. And hopefully I get another meal in before I lift. At least another one. I'm not going to lift early today. I'm going to lift a little bit later. So yeah, that's meal one. I think it's like 750 calories. I'll see you at the next meal. All right, guys. This is our pre-workout. We have 90 grams of 90 grams of carbs from rice and 60 grams of protein from tilapia. A little bit of sugar-free ketchup on the tilapia just to give it a little bit more flavor. Gonna hammer this, then hit a workout here in about an hour and a half or so. Yeah, hit a back workout. See you then. All right, guys. So here we are doing a single arm cross body lat pull down. I usually just do a single arm regular lat pull down, but somebody was using the lat pull down machine, and I didn't really want to wait. I kind of just wanted to get moving, get started, and sometimes you got to make some adjustments. So that's what we did. And I've done this exercise before, just haven't done it as much recently, but I didn't do a very good job filming it. But it is a cross body pull down, so you're getting a really good stretch across your body as well as vertically. So this is pulling your lat even further for a greater stretch. And you get a really pretty good contraction on the way down at the bottom as well. So I did 2 sets of these at about 12 reps each, 2 working sets. So 2 sets that I pushed pretty close to failure and really got some good stimulus out of. After that, we moved on to a single arm cable row. So single arm cable row, I like to do a lot of unilateral movements, meaning one arm at a time. So for our single arm cable row, I did 2 sets again of, I believe, 12 reps as well. You guys will probably see a trend. I usually do about 2 working sets per exercise, unless I'm only doing like one exercise for like my delts or arms or something. If I'm doing like a larger body part and I want to get some more exercises in or some different things, I'll just do a couple working sets. And for me, a working set is one that's pushed to failure or relative failure. So like warm-ups and stuff don't really count for me. I mean, at least I don't count them as a number. And right now, since I am dieting, I'm pretty deep into the prep. At this point, I think I'm 20. At the moment I'm recording this, I'm like 23 days out. I am not going to kill the volume. I'm going to keep the volume fairly low and really keep the weight higher and the intensity good and push it that way. Next, we did straight arm pull downs with like a V or W bar. 2 sets again. But I actually supersetted this. I did this as well as a dumbbell pullover. So I feel like this one is a little more contraction. The stretch is good though, but you really get a really tight contraction on the lats, and then you can kind of bring that Christmas tree out. But I supersetted it with the dumbbell pullover. The dumbbell pullover I like for like rib cage expansion, serratus work, chest and lat development. It just feels really good when you get on a dumbbell pullover and get that big deep stretch. And all the classic guys, Arnold, those guys, Frank Zane, they were doing dumbbell pullovers and they look sick. So I'm going to do them too. Next, I did face pulls. So face pulls, for me, I did this as like a rear delt and a trap exercise. So this I did do 3 sets because it's really my only rear delt exercise I'm doing today. So I did do 3 sets of these. I try to pull I used handles this time. I try to pull the handles like I'm doing like a back double bicep at first, just to emphasize that contraction and get used to like almost mimicking that movement. So when I do it on stage, it feels effortless and I feel like that hard contraction when I do it. Again, 3 sets, rear delt, trap, overall upper back development is very good for that. It's a very good exercise, and it's good for if you do a lot of pressing. Next, we did some strict bicep curls. straight wrist. We're not doing supination, although I did do some supination at the end, I believe, just to get some additional reps in and push a little bit, the set a little past failure. Because supination for me is easier than like a strict curl like this, where I keep my wrist straight. I really like these. I feel like I get a really good stretch keeping my wrist straight. I put most of the load on the bicep. I try to keep my elbow forward some, so it's really more bicep. It does contract the delt slightly, but it's mostly bicep, and it feels very good. And I feel like I can load these pretty well as I get warmed up. I did do a couple heavier sets before this. I did do 3 total sets. And so this last set, I kind of backed it back down. I usually record my last set of each exercise. And then after we'd finished these, we did some posing. Just hit a couple little poses just to kind of see how I feel, see the pump a little bit. And also just kind of, sometimes it's nice to do a little bit of posing, squeeze that muscle and put the blood in there. And it's like almost like positive encouragement in your own mind. You're like, oh man, like, okay, we got a good pump. It feels good. Like, you just feel accomplished kind of. So that was our back day or pull day. And I'll see you at the next meal. All right, guys, just finished our back workout. Had to do it a few different exercises today. The gym was a little bit crowded, nothing too crazy, but just wanted to get in and get out. I'm going to the movies, gonna go see Despicable Me 4. Saw the first 3, so I got to see the 4th one. And it's half off movie night on Tuesdays here, so I'm gonna go for half off. And since it's my higher carb day, I am gonna have some popcorn. I normally wouldn't do that, but I'm gonna have some popcorn. I have 50 grams of protein from Away Isolate here. It's Fruity Pebble flavor. It's pretty good. So again, 50 grams right after the workout. Actually, speaking of, I need to take my berberine. Take berberine as like a glucose disposal agent on my higher carb days. So since I'm gonna have the popcorn, and I brought seasonings, so I won't have to put like butter and stuff on it to avoid the fats. So yeah, gonna have a berberine, eat some popcorn, drink my protein shake, go enjoy Despicable Me 4. Oh, and like I said, I'll have to change up my workout a little bit, which is fine. I like to do a lot of the same exercises so I can keep track of more progression. But sometimes you got to switch it up, especially if like a machine that you once taken, you don't really want to wait. I only had a little bit of time because I got to get to this movie. So yeah, but I did some different stuff and it was fun. I had a really good pump. I was very vascular today too, and I'm getting leaner, which is always a positive. Sorry for my glare in my screen here. I cracked my front camera of my phone, so it makes this glare. I think I said that in a video before. But I am in the process of looking into getting a camera. So if anybody has any suggestions on a camera, like a good gym vlogging camera, like I don't really want anything to take pictures. I just really want to be able to shoot solid video. I looked a few up, but if anybody has an opinion on one or knows, please let me know. You know, shoot me a message or even drop a comment on the camera that you like or that you know is pretty good. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go just hit this movie up, have some popcorn, and then I don't know what I'm gonna have tonight. I'll have to see where I'm at macros wise, and I will have another meal tonight before bed, and then tomorrow's a rest day. I have a chiropractor appointment, and I am trying to get into the masseuse just to get some of my my lats opened up a little bit. They're a little bit tight in my lower back, but I called and they did not pick up, so I'm gonna call again here before this movie. All right, guys, I'll catch you at the next meal. All right, guys, the Despicable Me movie was really good. It was funny. I enjoyed it. I had my protein shake, and then I had probably like 2/3 of a large popcorn, maybe. I don't know if it was even quite that much, but I estimated about like 600-ish calories, mostly carbs and fats, obviously. Had some Diet Coke, and then I also had like a beef jerky, but it was like, I forget what it was called, but there was like no it was like 30 grams of protein, 1.5 grams of fats, and like 0 carb, like no added sugars or anything like that. It was pretty dry and not overly flavorful compared to your typical beef jerky, but macro wise it was pretty good. It is like 10:30. I haven't been home real long, but well, actually, I've been home for a little bit, but I did some work around here, and I'm gonna have one more meal to kind of put this as a higher day. And I decided I'm gonna get a Sheetz burrito, no cheese, just steak, double steak, rice and beans, regular tortilla, all the 0-calorie vegetables, a little bit of jalapeno ranch, some buffalo sauce. It ends up being only like 500 calories or a little more than that, and then it's like 60 grams of carbs, like 30 grams of protein, and like 15 grams of fat or something like that. So it's not bad. That's gonna be my last meal of the day, just because I don't feel like dirtying anything up or anything, and it just sounds good. So that'll be my last meal. Tomorrow will be basically a zero carb, low carb day. I won't be training. I'll be doing a lot of recovery work and resting, and so yeah, we'll see. I still will do cardio in the morning and all that, so we'll do that in the morning. But yes, tomorrow will be not overly eventful, but that's okay, because got to have those days, got to get those recovery days in, and got to kind of resensitize your diet and resensitize yourself to carbohydrates. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow.